Hello family, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's still your baby girl Gloria, and in case you're seeing me for the first time, thank you for watching. And if you're a returning subscriber or you've been part of the family for a while, thank you for always coming with me. Thank you for always being part of the family. If you've not pressed the subscribe button, that means you're still a stranger. What are you waiting for? Just join the family by pressing the subscribe button down below, and you'll be part of us to be able to share our ideas, share our tips, and you will not miss any other video from me. So today we're going to be talking about mistakes immigrants make abroad. It doesn't matter what country you are, in the UK, the US, Canada. These are mistakes I think most immigrants make, because I've lived in two countries after leaving Nigeria. I've lived in the UAE, United Arab Emirates, Dubai to be precise, and I've been in the UK for a while, and these are things that I think is very common with immigrants abroad. Hope you enjoyed the video. The first I'm going to say is not having a backup, not having financial backup, not having material backup, not having something to fall back to in case anything happens. The outbreak is supposed to be a big lesson to each and every one of us that anything can happen. Anybody can lose their job, life can be lost. People you depend on financially to help you in time of trouble can also be affected one day. What is your backup? We are so carried away with the process of traveling abroad and making money, living a happy life, living a better life, that we don't think about what happens after you leave abroad and you're retired or you want to go back to your country, or something, ill health, something happens to you. What is going to be your backup plan? What if, for instance, we as nurses, there's tendency that something will happen and you're going to lose your pain, you can lose your job. Nobody is irreplaceable. Everybody can one day or the other have one problem or the other that will make you lose your job or make you lose that main source of income. What are you going to fall back on? You're in the UK or you're in any other country and the only thing you're living on is credit card, is loan, because when you're coming to the country and you're new, banks have this habit of throwing credit cards at you, asking you to use your overdraft, and they tell you they'll take this percentage, and then you're spending all your life or you're spending all your money on expenses, and you're living large, you're driving the latest car in town, you don't have any backup plan, you're sending money to your country, sending money to Nigeria, as if you have arrived, you're now a millionaire living abroad. What is going to be your backup plan if that source of income or that money you're earning stops? What is going to be your backup plan? Do you have properties in the country you're living in, UK? Do you have properties in Nigeria? Do you have family? Do you have friends? Do you have money saved for the future expenses? Do you have money saved for when you retire? Do you have money saved for in case you fall ill and you cannot go to work again, you cannot earn that monthly income? Do you have something saved? An average person abroad, either in the UK, in Canada, in the US, start working from 16, 18 years, and from there they start paying pension towards the time when they can no longer work, they've retired. For you who's an immigrant, you're coming to the UK or you're traveling abroad at the age of, let's say, 20, 21. Some of us are even in our 30s and we're traveling abroad. That is when you get job, you're starting afresh, and that is when you begin to contribute towards your pension. You already late for like 5, 10, 15 years compared to somebody who has started saving towards their pension at the age of 15, 16, 17, 18. You're 30 and now you're just starting to contribute towards your pension. Do you think you're going to get enough money to, for instance, you're 30 already, you have a child who is like 4, 5 years old, and before they get to university, you're almost going towards your retirement. What is the plan for their post-secondary school education? Especially if you're living in a country or in part of the country, part of the world where you have to pay for universities, you have 1, 2, 3 children. How are you going to pay for their school? I know you have access to school loans and the rest of it, but that is also an extra burden. What if you begin to save £5, £10, £100 monthly towards emergencies? Towards where your children grow and they need to pay for school or they need to pay for health, or something happens, as an individual actually coming from a very spiritual country, we have this habit of it can never be me, God forbid. It can never be me, God forbid, but those who are having organ failure, severe ailment, losing their job, they cannot go to work anymore. Do you think you're better than them? No. Let's treat life as if it can be us. Let's save towards when we are old, towards when we can no longer work. Let's save towards retirement. And for instance, you've saved, let's say 10, 20,000 towards your retirement. And at the end of the day, with your accommodation, you've got your mortgage all paid, and you've got like, let's say 50,000 or 30,000 saved towards your pension or towards your retirement. And you don't need it. If you still get your pension paid by the government, in addition to whatever you have, you're going to be able to live a happy life. Some of us are in countries where health is not free. Health is free in the UK, good, but some countries like the US, they pay for their health. What if you have organ failure or you have one major disease that you need to pay for? Is that going to be the end of all your struggle? Is that going to be the end of all your hard labor because you're going to be financially handicapped, you're going to be broke, then you have to be sent back to your country? The issue of going abroad, working all our lives away, let's have a plan B for in case of emergency. It can be financial plan B, it can be property, it can be whatever investment, something that you can fall back to in case something happens. You know, we Africans, especially I would say Nigeria, because I'm in Nigeria and that's the country I know so much, we are so blunt. Somebody can just see you, they don't even know you, they've never seen you before, they'll be like, oh, you're very fat. Just like that. We are so blunt. Even those that knows you in this name of family, even your parents, they will bully you from childhood. They call you big head, see your long nose. They always call me that. See your long neck, see your long leg, see your this. Even your partner, they will insult you jokingly. They will call you fat. People will just say things. They're like, oh, you're getting really fat. You're getting really slim. They will just say things randomly. Or when you get married, they'll ask you, why are you not pregnant yet? It's been 9 months since you're married. Why are you not pregnant? Or if you're a young lady or you're like approaching your 30s, your 40s, they'll come to you and say, why are you not getting married? What is happening? Is there no Mr. Right? We are very blunt. If you travel abroad, it's going to be a very big mistake if you begin to talk to people the way you think you should talk to people in your country, and you start talking to your colleagues or people you just see randomly and call them fat, call them tiny, call them this. You're just digging grave to making people go into depression. Remember, there's a lot of mental health issue abroad. So mistakes we foreigners make is we just think because we are blunt. Just say it as it is. I cannot lie. I'm a Christian or I'm a born again. I cannot lie. If you come abroad and you start calling people fat, calling people this, calling people ugly, you're going to be in big trouble. That is one big mistake I see foreigners make. We have to learn to adjust to. You just stylishly say things. Before you say something, you have to wait, listen, think about it before you voice it out. You don't know what someone is going through in their personal life. You don't know what their mental health status is. You don't know what they are going through. They can fall into depression just from one word you've said to them. So please, don't make that mistake of being so blunt abroad. Because people don't talk like that. People are more cautious with what they say, even about sexuality. It's going to be a very big mistake if you come abroad or you go to any country and you think you want to be blunt. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that for your own good. One other mistakes we foreigners make is isolating ourselves. I know I'm also guilty at this, not making friends, not mixing with people. We isolate ourselves because I know it's a different culture, it's a different environment, it's a different way of life. We are easily isolated. Before you know it, you see yourself, you don't have anybody to talk to, you do your thing yourself, you feel frustrated. At work, you don't want to mingle with anybody because of what they're going to say or because of what you think they are doing or what you think they are saying about you. But if we give ourselves time to actually talk to them, when I'm at work, on break, share your experience. For example, we were on break last week. I was with some of my colleagues who were in the break room, and I don't even know what happened. I'm just like, please, how much do you guys pay for your house rent? How much do you guys pay for your electricity bill? Because I use prepaid meter and I just spend a lot of money. And they were like, oh, that is impossible. That is pure extortion. You should do this. You should do that. Try this energy company, talk to this, talk to your landlady, do that. And it has really saved me. But if you don't speak out, you are just going to be doing things from your own mind without asking for the advice of people who are already in the country, who already knows. So it is better for you not to isolate yourself, especially if you have children. For the sake of your children, teach them to mingle. I know you may think you're different in maybe some ways, but if you isolate yourself, you're also isolating your children, you're also isolating your family. So you have to teach them to mingle in class, let them make friends, let them be free to express how they feel, to express themselves. You also, even I know it may be cold, you may not be able to hang out or go about talking to people, especially with all this going on now. But at your place of work, speak to people, share your experience. I'm not saying you should tell them your secrets. Don't tell them your family issues or your family affairs, but speak to people. Even at work, sometimes I come out with my daughter and they will tell you where you should visit places they think is beautiful. They will tell you things to make you feel happy, make you feel at home. Ask questions, because they will not come to you to tell you. In Nigeria, sometimes we may see a stranger and we'll be the one to walk up to them to say, hello, are you new? Have you seen this place? I live here. Do you want me to take you around? But no, they are more reserved. They will wait for you to approach them before they will actually show you things. So do not isolate yourself if you are abroad, because loneliness will kill you. Isolation will kill you. One other mistake immigrants make is just hearing the salary, thinking about the salary without evaluating the cost of living, the deductions, how much you will actually have. I remember when I first got my job and I got the contract sent to my mail, I opened it, I couldn't sleep. I put out my calculator and I was calculating how much million I was going to be making. I was so excited. They gave me then the offer of 4 days a week, which is 12-hour shifts, with minus 1 hour break each, which is going to be about 44 hours a week. So, but generally you're in the office for 48 hours every week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I mean that I'm not used to working those long hours. We usually do shift morning, afternoon, and night before. In my brain, I'm like, I can even do 6 days. Why are they giving me 3 days off? 3 days off is too much. I can do 6 days actually out of 1 week. I just need 1 day off to just rest, and I'm going to be making all the money. But my dear, when you're abroad, you will work, they will use you. They will use that money they're giving you, they will use it out of you. So one big mistake we make as immigrants is thinking about the money. When you see they will tell you 30-something thousand per year, 40-something thousand per year, you're like, yes, I've arrived, I'm a millionaire. But you should research how much is accommodation where you're going, how much is transportation, how much are you going to be paying for council tax, how much are you going to be deducting for this, for that. By the end of the day, you see that you don't need all those hours. And one problem is, the more you work, especially in the UK, the more the tax, the more the deduction. So why the stress? When you get your contract, read it very well, evaluate the salary and research. Go online. I always say it, go to Gumtree, go online, search for rent where you're going and see, is it really worth taking extra hours and signing that contract that you'll be hooked for, let's say 3 years contract? Is it worth it? But if you research enough, you find out, if you talk to people, that's why these videos like these are out there. Go to YouTube, watch videos, go to Google, search cost of living where you're going, and don't allow all the salary to blind you. We are so covered with preparing to travel for years. We're saving money. We're all about processing our document that we don't actually think of life when we get to that country, or life after we're already in the country and you've gotten the job. So now what next? What is next? You've gotten the job, now you're working and you're feeling frustrated. These are things we need to search. Don't allow the salary alone, the numbers, the figures should not blind you from digging deep into researching what it entails, what job you're taking. Even if you're not a nurse, what job you're taking, what work will I be doing? Will I be able to cope? Will I be happy doing this job? So please, these are some of the mistakes I think we should avoid traveling abroad. A mistake we usually make is not preparing ourselves for the cultural shock, the social shock, the weather, the environment we are going into. We're not prepared. We don't think about those things. We just like, people are there, they are surviving, they will survive. But you don't even know if it's going to be raining the day you're going to be landing. You don't know if it's going to be freezing cold, if you should wear your jacket. You don't know their way of life. For instance, in the UAE, you cannot use your middle finger. You cannot point your middle finger up. You're going to be in big trouble. You're not researching those cultural differences. You're not researching those little things that matters. Then when you get to the country, you're in shock. You're like, why did I come to this country? What am I doing here? Because you've not done enough research. I have some subscribers that message me and they chat me and they tell me they're coming to this particular place in the UK. They already know the area, they already know even the currency. You don't even know what is £1, £2. You don't even know. You just want to just get the visa and just enter the plane, and when you get there, you survive. These are little things you should research well before you come. And one mistake also is us thinking that when you travel abroad is a bed of roses. It's automatically going to be nice. It's automatically going to be beautiful. You're automatically going to be rich. You won't face trouble. Even your country, are you not facing challenges? At your place of work where you are there no minor challenges here and there? When you travel abroad, it's not going to be different. It is still people with different opinion, different way of life. So prepare yourself for the bad parts. It may not be that bad, but prepare yourself. So when you get there, you're like, oh, I'm used to it. My experience in the UAE has helped me to not mind a lot of things coming to the UK, because I'm like, oh, I'm used to it. I've lived with different people. I've lived with Filipinos, Indians, different culture. I've worked with a doctor from Moldova. I know his way of life, Arabians, Egyptians. So all those things have prepared me towards cultural shock, because you're in for a shock when you travel abroad. I've seen people who will say, I want to go back to my country. After coming this far, you've written IELTS, you've passed, you've done all the exams, you've passed OTIKOR, and somebody will tell you after 1 year they want to go back because they are expecting something different from what they've met. They've not left space, they've not left chance, or they've not given themselves an opportunity to understand that life generally is unfair. Life generally is not a bed of roses. I'm not saying this to put you off. I'm just saying this to prepare you. Prepare yourself with this little information. So when you get abroad, you don't get frustrated because you've got high expectations. Don't have high hopes. Don't take jobs that you will not be able to afford your own living. But don't expect that you'll become a millionaire once you're abroad. If you leave yourself those little lapses of somebody can say something bad in the office, it's not because I'm black, or it's not because this, it is just the way of life, it is because the person is not a good person, then you keep pushing. At the end of the day, it is worth it. At the end of the day, it is worth it. It is worth the struggle. You will not allow somebody's opinion to ruin you, or you will not allow few challenges at your place of work to make you go back to your country. What if you try the next job? What if the next job is better? I've changed my job, so I know what I'm talking about. It may be frustrating where you're working just now, or it may be frustrating the first place you land. It does not mean you quit the whole country and go back to your country. Why not try another job? Why not try another home? Why not try another place? Why not try another neighborhood? Why not try another way of life? And at the end of the day, you see that it's worth it. All your struggle is worth it. Thank you for watching this video. If you've watched this far, that means you've enjoyed something in this video. Please remember to subscribe. Remember to press the subscribe button down below. It is free of charge, and it is just a way of you joining the family and encouraging me to keep doing these videos for you. Remember to drop your comment and request a video down below, and I'm going to be doing it for you. Thank you for watching this video. You know I love you, and your joy is my priority. I will see you again in my next video. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, be happy, improve 1% at a time, and enjoy the process. I'll see you again. Bye.